What's up, friends? Mike here from Mercado Airwaves. If you missed any one of our past interviews with amazing guests like future Hall of Famer and pound for pound best fighter in the world, UFC flyweight champion Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson,
another day at the office, I get to go out there and test my skill.
to award-winning producer, director, and actor Orlando Jones,
Orlando, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, sir. I'm good, brother. How you doing?
and all the other interesting guests we've had on. Joining us today is director and writer David Ferrier.
Thanks so much, brother. I appreciate you having me on the show.
MMA legend Chael Sonnen joins us today.
Keep listening to your show. This is great. Thanks, my friend.
Just subscribe to us on iTunes at Mercado Airwaves. And while you're there, please like, review, and rate us, friends. It helps so much. We also have a Patreon for anyone who would like to support the show. Just visit us at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves and see how you can get all of our interviews ad-free and before anyone else, and how you can get your business or company spotlighted on the show. Follow us on Twitter at mmercado2333. Like us on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. Subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/MikeMercado2333. And if you would like to see what we're up to behind the scenes, follow us on Instagram, MikeMercado2333. Thanks for listening and all the support.
If you would like to support Mercado Airwaves, visit us at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves. Find us on iTunes at Mercado Airwaves. Keep up to date with the show on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. You can see all of Nicole's work at typingwhentipsy.wordpress.com. You can follow Alex on Twitter at Mercado21Alex. Follow Mike on Twitter at mmercado2333 and on Instagram, MikeMercado2333.
What is happening, friends? Welcome into another episode of The Good Brothers. I'm your host, Mike Mercado, and I am going solo today, so do not expect a good show or a good open. The good brother himself, Alex Mercado, is busy on assignment today or causing trouble. I don't really pay attention or keep track of him. But I will hold down the fort for you guys as we track everything that is news and notes in pop culture, entertainment, and everything in between. Don't forget to follow us everywhere in the universe. We're on Twitter. You can follow me at mmercado2333. Alex is at Mercado21Alex. And you can follow Nicole at typingwhentipsy. She's also on Instagram at typingwhentipsy. Alex is at Mercado2121. I'm at MikeMercado2333. Like us on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/MikeMercado2333, or search Mercado Airwaves Network. Like, rate, review, and share us anywhere you download your favorite podcast at Mercado Airwaves. It really helps us out. You can also get our interviews ad-free and before anybody else with athletes and celebrities at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves. And of course, a huge thank you to Munch Art Design for powering us here at the Mercado Airwaves Network. Just like I'm on Facebook at Munch Art Design. Let's get to the show.
And here we go.
Get ready, get set for the best movie and pop culture talk in the universe. It's The Good Brothers on Mercado Airwaves with your hosts, Alex Mercado and Mike Mercado.
Up first in the docket, Boba Fett is officially been canceled. This is after the news of the Disney streaming service now getting its own Star Wars show. And of course, the rumors were that Josh Trank was going to direct this movie. And on top of that, they were going to be bringing in other bounty hunters into this universe. In my opinion, I don't know if the Good Brother shares this, but the one good thing about Boba Fett was the fact that there was a lot of mystery behind that. But over the years, it's been oversaturated, and quite frankly, he's kind of a chump. And while his costume is cool, and while the name may be cool, and the toys may be cool, the character is not all that cool. And quite frankly, I'm glad Disney and Lucasfilm moved forward from this Boba Fett movie. Mama It and It Chapter 2 director Annie Muschietti is about to direct an Attack on Titan's Western release film here in the United States. This is a report from Variety that he is now being helmed by Warner Brothers to go with this film. Now, Attack on Titan has been an amazing manga, a really cool anime, and not so good Japanese release film, but this movie has everything on it. And the one thing to say about Andy was the fact that he absolutely crushed it. Not only with Mama, which was just atmospheric and dark, and it really scared you, and it brought you in, and it brought different emotions in. That's what it did. It took a beloved franchise and a beloved character that was part of people's childhoods growing up. And what he did with that movie was absolutely phenomenal. And to hear that he will now take the realm of Attack on Titans gives me hope that we can see this property that, well, yes, in face value of Attack on Titan, it's very easy to dismiss it as just being another anime that's guts and gore and, crazy science fiction. But the fact remains, there's something poetic and there's something dark but beautiful about Attack on Titan and the will of humans and what happens when we aren't, the top of the food chain and we are pushed to the limits and when we don't know what we're doing and when there is mystery and there is legend and so many other stuff. So I really am excited to see what this means for Attack on Titan here in the United States with a live action movie. Rockstar is at it again as they now broke the record for biggest opening weekend ever in entertainment as Red Dead Redemption 2 drops for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. You can actually catch us doing a Let's Play playthrough of Red Dead Redemption 2 on twitch.tv/Mercado Airwaves Network and on YouTube, youtube.com/MikeMercado2333. And here are some of the records that it broke after $725 million worth of copies of Red Dead Redemption 2 were purchased. It is the biggest entertainment launch of 2018, obviously. Most pre-ordered full game ever on the PlayStation Network. Biggest one-day full game sales ever on the PlayStation Network. Biggest first 3 days full game sales ever on the PlayStation Network. And of course, after the success of Grand Theft Auto Online and Grand Theft Auto 5, who knows what the possibilities of Red Dead Online are? Who knows how long this video game will last? Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, I believe, in 2013, and is continuously one of the top rated and top sold video games every single year. This game is going to do the exact same thing. I'm loving this game. They say the story is going to take up to 50 hours. With that type of content, there's no doubting Rockstar's place on the mountaintop of video game development. And not just that, there's no question that they can do no wrong on their cycles. If it takes them 6 years, 7 years to develop a game, so be it. If they're at E3 and giving trailers or they're not, so be it. If we don't get trailers for video games until 3 months until it's out, so be it. They continuously show why they are the gold standard in the video game industry. One of the good brother Alex's favorite shows on Netflix, BoJack, is coming for another season after this past season gets a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. The good brother has been talking about this show for a long time. The satirical look of Hollywood, as well as some heartwarming but thoughtful and provocative storylines and voice acting and animation. I'm so impressed. I'm so happy to see that Netflix continues to kill the game with its original programming, to see that creators can make this content that would not have survived in any other platform. And while there is an argument to be made on where we're heading with streaming and what it's doing to the market and what it's doing to your pockets, there is no doubt that creators are having the opportunity to put their art out there, and the public is now making it part of its public consciousness. And that's amazing to see, because for the longest time it was a monopoly. And unless you knew somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody, it didn't matter your talent, it didn't matter the idea. It only mattered that you could bring in some type of dollar or you had the right name or the right connection. Now that's not the case. Now there's an outlet for people. And if you're talented enough, and if you bring up enough involvement from your audience, and they're interactive, and they're engaged, you have something. And that's what we're seeing in BoJack. That's what we're seeing with other different shows too. Hell, even like Big Mouth, the House on Haunted Hill. You're seeing it on so many different platforms. The Sabrina show, they are crushing it right now. Obviously, what they just had with Daredevil, Making a Murderer Part 2, some amazing stuff. So to hear BoJack getting picked up for another season, it does good for the heart. It is being reported for all you Game of Thrones fans that the great Naomi Watts is going to lead the prequel pilot for HBO on their prequel of Game of Thrones. She's a wonderful actress. It's a wonderful property, and the fact that they're not, being bound to this universe that they've created right now currently in the HBO universe. They're going a few thousand years back, so very interested to see that. And it's always great when you bring in wonderful talent to your project, and that's exactly what Naomi Watts is. And the Disney streaming service keeps getting stronger as reports now that a Winter Soldier and Falcon series for the Disney streaming service is in the works. Obviously, we do not know how this is going to work out post Avengers Part 4, because, spoiler alert, both of them don't make it out of Avengers Infinity War. So, obviously, Disney does not really care about what's past the snap. They've already kind of indulged and lived in that energy and that movement and that time period that everybody was really hungering for it and was talking about it. But now that we're already, heck, we're pretty close to a trailer dropping for the new Avengers movie, I believe. So, to see that they're moving forward, that they're really getting strong with their Disney service. Really interested to see what they're going to do with Iron Fist and Luke Cage, what they're going to do with Jessica Jones, whether or not Daredevil is going to get another season, what's going to happen now that Punisher is done and it has one more season left on Netflix. They are definitely working on some stuff over at the Disney streaming service, but the type of chemistry that Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan had in Civil War and in Infinity War, it's some great stuff. So again, it's never wrong to spotlight talent, and that's what Disney's doing right now.
If you would like to support Mercado Airwaves, visit us at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves. Find us on iTunes at Mercado Airwaves. Keep up to date with the show on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves.
You can see all of Nicole's work at typingwhentipsy.wordpress.com. You can follow Alex on Twitter at Mercado21Alex.
Follow Mike on Twitter at mmercado2333 and on Instagram, Mike Mercado2333.
What's up, friends? Mike here from Mercado Airwaves. If you missed any one of our past interviews with amazing guests like future Hall of Famer and pound for pound best fighter in the world, UFC flyweight champion Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson,
Another day at the operator to go out there and test my skill.
to award-winning producer, director, and actor Orlando Jones,
Orlando, how you doing,
How
buddy?
you, sir? I'm good, brother. How you doing?
and all the other interesting guests we've had on. Joining us today is director and writer David Ferrier.
Thanks so much, brother. I appreciate you having me on the show.
MMA legend Chael Sonnen joins us today.
Keep listening to your show. This is great. Thanks, my friend.
Just subscribe to us on iTunes at Mercado Airwaves. And while you're there, please like, review, and rate us, friends. It helps so much. We also have a Patreon for anyone who would like to support the show. Just visit us at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves and see how you can get all of our interviews ad-free and before anyone else, and how you can get your business or company spotlighted on the show. Follow us on Twitter at mmercado2333. Like us on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. Subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/MikeMercado2333. And if you would like to see what we're up to behind the scenes, follow us on Instagram, MikeMercado2333. Thanks for listening and all the support.
And finally, it would not be an episode of The Good Brothers if we did not talk a little bit about The Walking Dead. And it is finally here. The next time we will be with us here on The Good Brothers on the Mercado Airwaves Network, the Rick Grimes story will be over in The Walking Dead. Now, I'm in and out of the series right now. Everybody knows how I feel about this. And you know what? Perhaps Alex and I will talk about my thoughts and my feelings right now of The Walking Dead. And I said I would get back into it, and I've given it a try. And it's just the same old, same old. And the idea that it's never going to end, and the fact that there's no characters that I really am attached to anymore. You know, I loved Laurie Cohan as Maggie, but the whole drama that was happening behind the scenes, it really left a bad taste in my mouth. And obviously, Andrew Lincoln was always one of my favorites. I always kind of liked Chandler Riggs, as Coral, but obviously I get why people had a problem with it. I could see it, but that really turned me off. I think I saw a great article, and it might have been Collider. I wish I'll retweet it. I believe I retweeted at Twitter at mmercado2333. You can check it out. But a great point was made that it was IGN. In fact, it was IGN who brought up the fact that a lot of people, because they knew the Walking Dead did not have an end in sight, like a Game of Thrones, like a Breaking Bad, like a Sopranos, so on and so forth, they had jumping off points. And I really think that my Glenn and Abraham episode was my jumping off point. And then the Carl episode was definitely one that solidified it for me. Where it wasn't just like, oh, I lost some of my favorite characters, but along the lines of creatively it didn't make any sense, not only how they did it, but why they did it and what they did with it. And I think you're seeing a lot of that. So I really hope that Andrew Lincoln and and Rick get a really good send-off. And I'm really interested to see how the show does post Rick Grimes. Alrighty, friends, before we get you guys out of here, why don't we take a look at the top 5 of the box office this past weekend. Keeping in at number 1 is Halloween with the weekend gross of $31 million, a dominating performance, grossing over $126 million in just its second week. Halloween and Michael Myers are killing at the box office. A Star is Born, again in its 4th week, in second place with another $14 million, bringing its total gross $148 million on a $36 million budget. Absolutely crushing it and getting a lot of love. We'll see what Lady Gaga does come award season. And for all of you guys wondering about Halloween really fast, that was only a budget of $10 million. It's already done. Yeah, exactly. At number 3, Venom staying strong at $10 million, now grossing $187 million on a $100 million budget. So very glad to see that, and the sequel is on its way. Goosebumps 2, Haunted Halloween at $7 million, now at $38 million total gross on a budget of $35. Did not hit as well as Sony thought. I think it was going to. And you probably should release a little bit closer to Halloween, but we'll see how that plays out. Maybe the market just wasn't there. And at 5, as a new release, is Hunter Killer, opening up at $6 million. And for all you guys looking for a movie this coming up Friday, there is nothing bigger than Bohemian Rhapsody. This movie is gaining a lot of love when it comes to the music, the performance of Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury. So very excited to see this movie. Alex and I will have a complete review of Bohemian Rhapsody on the next episode of The Good Brothers. And for all you Disney fans, coming out from Buena Vista is The Nutcracker and the Four Realms. Disney continuing its trend of taking these spins of classic movies and different types of animations that people grew up with. And heading into this holiday season, I'm very interested to see how that plays out. But that'll do it for us, guys, on this episode of The Good Brothers. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being on this crazy roller coaster with me. I didn't crash the ship, so I think we did good, guys. We did pretty good. You guys can follow us everywhere in the universe. We're on Twitter at mmercado2333. Nicole's at Typing1Tipsy. Alex is at Mercado21Alex. You can follow us on Instagram. She's at Typing1Tipsy. Alex is at Mercado2121. I'm at Mike Mercado2333. You can like us on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/Mike Mercado2333, or look up the Mercado Airwaves Network. Download us, like, rate, review, and share us anywhere you get your favorite podcasts at Mercado Airwaves. It really helps us out. You can get our interviews ad-free and before anybody else with athletes and celebrities. Just go to patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves. And a huge thank you to Munch Art Design for powering us here at the Mercado Airwaves Network. Do us a huge favor. Go like them on Facebook at Munch Art Design and see some of the awesome work they are up to. We will see the Good Brother Alex next week along with you all. Thank you so much for joining us on the Good Brothers here on the Mercado Airwaves Network. I'm Mike Mercado.
If you would like to support Mercado Airwaves, visit us at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves. Find us on iTunes at Mercado Airwaves. Keep up to date with the show on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves.
You can see all of Nicole's work at typingwhentipsy.wordpress.com. You can follow Alex on Twitter at Mercado21Alex.
Follow Mike on Twitter at mmercado2333 and on Instagram, MikeMercado2333.
Thanks for joining us here on The Good Brothers, here on Mercado Airwaves.
If you would like to support Mercado Airwaves, visit us at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves. Find us on iTunes at Mercado Airwaves. Keep up to date with the show on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves.
You can see all of Nicole's work at typingwhentipsy.wordpress.com. You can follow Alex on Twitter at Mercado21Alex.
Follow Mike on Twitter at mmercado2333 and on Instagram, MikeMercado2333. If you would like to support Mercado Airwaves, visit us at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves. Find us on iTunes at Mercado Airwaves. Keep up to date with the show on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves.
You can see all of Nicole's work at typingwhentipsy.wordpress.com. You can follow Alex on Twitter at Mercado21Alex.
Follow Mike on Twitter at mmercado2333 and on Instagram, MikeMercado2333.
What's up, friends? Mike here from Mercado Airwaves. If you missed any one of our past interviews with amazing guests like future Hall of Famer and pound for pound best fighter in the world, UFC flyweight champion Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson,
Another day at the operator to go out there and test my skill.
to award-winning producer, director, and actor Orlando Jones,
Orlando, how you doing,
How are
buddy?
you, sir? I'm good, brother. How you doing?
and all the other interesting guests we've had on.
Joining us today is director and writer David Ferrier.
Thanks so much, brother. I appreciate you having me on the show.
MMA legend Chael Sonnen joins us today.
Keep listening to your show. This is great. Thanks, my friend.
Just subscribe to us on iTunes at Mercado Airwaves. And while you're there, please like, review, and rate us, friends. It helps so much. We also have a Patreon for anyone who would like to support the show. Just visit us at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves and see how you can get all of our interviews ad-free and before anyone else, and how you can get your business or company spotlighted on the show. Follow us on Twitter at mmercado2333. Like us on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. Subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/MikeMercado2333. And if you would like to see what we're up to behind the scenes, follow us on Instagram, MikeMercado2333. Thanks for listening and all the support.